Hello my dear friends, today we will start Unit 3B from your American English File 3. The title is Stereotypes or Our Day. So before that we will start today's lesson, I want to invite you to the Language Dictionary exactly to, investigate about the words on titles. The word here is stereotype. It is a noun, it is countable. Here it is, it's written here, don't forget to learn how to work with your dictionary. And a belief or idea with a particular type of person or thing is like. Stereotypes are often unfair or untrue. Unfair and untrue. For example, visit in Iran, Islamist persons is, it's stingy. It is unfair, untrue. It's a stereotype. So it is a lot of things that you can learn here. You can learn more about this verse, and of course, for more information about how to work with language dictionaries, I did do some, virtual, videos about the phonology. It was about 2 hours. You can, prepare it and study more about how to work with this language dictionary there. So on this page, we have a reading and a speaking. Before, we go directly, go toward the readings. In pairs, answer the question: are you talkative or a quiet person? Who is most talkative person in your family? Who is the most talkative person you know? Do you think that generally speaking, women are more talkative than men? What topics do men talk about more than women? What topics do women talk about more than men? So here we have lots of questions for you that you as a learner just record your voice and for me to have a response to your speaking. But the next part is here we have readings, and then we will come back to do some important things here. But part B, look at the definition of stereotypes. Then A, read the article men talk just as much as women, and B, read the article gossip with the girls. 5 answers to question 1 to 4. Stereotype, that was just things that I directly showed you from the language dictionary. What was the stereotypes that the researchers wanted to investigate? Where was the research done? How was the research done? And what did the research show? So after that, we read this text, paraphrase some part of this text. We will come back and do some important things about the text here. Men talk just as much as women. Can it really be true? Research by psychologists at the University of Arizona has shown that the stereotypes that women talk more than men may not be true. In this study, hundreds of college students were fitted with recorders. In total number of words that used during the day was then counted. The result, published in the New Scientist, showed that women speak about 16,000 words a day and men speak only slightly fewer. In fact, the foremost talkative people in this study were all men. Professor Matthias Mell, who was in charge of the research, said that he and his colleagues had expected to find that women were more talkative. Gossip with the girls. Just pick any one of 40 subjects. Women are expert at gossiping, and they often talk about trivial things, or at least that was men have always thought. However, according to research done by Professor Peter Boynton, a psychologist at University College London, when women talk to a women, their conversation are not trivial at all and cover many more topics, up to 40 than when men talk to the other men. Women's conversation range from hills to their health, from politics to fashion, from movies to family, from education to relationship problems. Almost everything, in fact, expects soccer. Men tend to talk about favorite subject, the most popular, bag, work, sport, jokes, car, and women. So that was the story behind this text that I paraphrased for you here. But about the highlighted words here, today I will give you some solution about the next part here. We've got just 10 blanks with definition and examples that you will write exactly the word according to this definition, according to the text that are available here. So don't forget the first word, here it is, in fact, yeah? Make less. So what is a word for make less? Let me just pick up my marker, write you exactly the words here. Number 2 is reduce, yeah? Number 3, usually do it. Usually do it. It is tend to, yeah? Tend to. In number 4, adverbs. A little bit. It is slightly. Slightly, yeah. Number 5, linking words used to connect or contrast to fact. It is number 5. It is whereas, yeah? Whereas. In number 6, verbs. Say that something is true. It is claim, yeah? In number 7, is said or shown by somebody. It is according to. According to. Let me write it down here for you. According to. So here I write some answer for your 7 blanks yours. But the next part is 8, 9, 10. So number 8, verb includes several different things in addition to the ones mentioned. It is on number 8. It is range from, yeah? Range from. Number 9, it is what? Nearly. It is so easy, almost, yeah? In number 10, not completely believe, doubted. Yeah, it has been skeptical of. Been skeptical of. Been, yeah? Skeptical of, yeah? Being skeptical of. Yeah, that was just the answer. So the next part here is about grammar. Articles A and D, no articles. Before that I will discuss this topic for you, I want to invite you to page 100, so 177, 3B for more information. Then I will help you to find the answer for these blanks. So let me just pause the video, go to the page 137, then I will represent grammar. Here it is. So here we are in grammar bank. First, as usual, I will describe this part, then examples. So first this part, then examples, because here we have definition and about here we have examples. So I will start with this for you. We use an with singular countable nouns, yeah? For example, we use an with singular countable nouns. Number 1, the first time you mention a thing. So you use a or an. I saw an old man with a dog. Number 2, then you say what something is or what somebody does. It's a nice house. She's a lawyer. Number 3, in exclamation with what? Like what an awful day. The exclamation. Here we have exclamation mark. Yeah. Exclamation mark. Yeah. So the next is one. An expression of frequency. An expression of frequency. I have clapped 3 times avec. Avec. Yeah. Here. So the next part is about there, but let me just find exactly the definition here for you, then I will give you the example. We use there when we talk about something we've already mentioned before. Like what? Like I saw an old man with a dog. The dog was barking, yeah? The second one is when it's clear what you're referring to. When it's clear what you're referring to. Number 2. My father opened the door that children are at school. In number 3, when there's only one of something, we use the moon goes around the earth. Number 4, it is that, that places in a town, like movies and a theater. Like I'm going to the movies tonight. And the last one is that superlative. It's the best restaurant in town. Yeah, the best. So the next part is no article. When we cannot use any article, like number one, when we're speaking in general with plural uncountable nouns, like which, like I love flowers, flowers in general. I love the flowers on my garden. It is the specific flowers on my garden. And examples here is that women usually talk more than men. Love is more important than money, like this. In the second one, with some nouns, like home, work, school, after, at, to, from, we use no article. Like, she's not at home today. I get back from work at 5:30. And the third one, before meals, day, and month. Before meals, days, month, we use new articles. I never have breakfast. And the last one is before next, last, day, week, like this. I see you next Friday. Yeah, next or last Friday, week, like this. So we use no article here. So that was the grammar. So don't forget, here we have a good, very, useful, fruitful question for you. Don't forget to answer this question here. Yeah, I will invite you to the last page. So here is the grammar that you will fill in the blank with a, an, or, the, or no article. Let me pick up my mark here before. So, have you heard this joke? A hamburger in a French. Let me just change the color. Yeah. A hamburger in a French fry. Walk into a coffee shop. And walk into a coffee shop. Yeah. The waitress says, I'm sorry, we don't serve food here. We don't serve food here. No article. The second one, I just read an article on the internet. On the internet about how eating strawberries, no article, makes you look younger. In the third one, I'm sure there's something wrong between us because we never go out to, no article, dinner or to the movies anymore. And number four, did you watch the game last night? No article. I can't believe that. The referee didn't see it was a penalty. So that was the grammar points here that, of course, on Grammar Bank we did investigate for you more about this grammar. So let me just go to the next part, pronunciation here. Listen and repeat sentences strength, the and the. So first, I will play you the listening 2.2 to get more information about the word. Here it is. Then I will play 2.21 for the practicing of these 5 sentences here.
Computer. About. Anniversary. Complain. Credible. Problem. Talkative. Usually. Woman.
So that was about the pronunciation, but the next part is 2.21. Lesson, repeat the sentences and practicing saying them with the A sound. Like the examples here. Let me just play the listening first.
1,
What are we going to have for lunch today?
2, I'd like to see a good movie tonight. 3,
Please stop complaining about the weather.
4, the woman in the kitchen is very talkative. 5,
There's a problem with the computer.
So this listening is very fruitful. So I will suggest you just to follow more and more and lesson and practice. Listening more can be helpful for you for learning that kind of topic here. The speaking part is prove that the research and gossip with the girls is wrong. Their compares or small groups. So I will, what I want to suggest you here is just plan your speaking. Yeah, it's a kind of a speaking. Try suppose that it is a cue cards of aisles and try to speak for 2 minutes about this topic. Yeah. The next part here is reading and listening. Reading and listening. Do you think it is a stereotype that women are better than men at taking care of small children? Do you know any men who stay at home and take care of their children? How do they manage? So just try. It is another topic. You should, signify your answer. And look at an illustration based on a new book about taking care of young children. Can you name some of their things in the pictures? Yeah, here are some words. Just take a look exactly what you can gather from a text. What can you get? Yeah, here we have some words that you can find on the internet or your picture dictionary. Yeah. For example, the words can be like a bottle of aspirin, wet wipes, first aid kit, or bibs, pacifier, a baby food jar, a baby bottle, a baby spoon, a changing mat, an adult's car, house keys, maybe a container of powdered milk, a blanket, a jar of baby lotion, and the thermometer. Yeah, that were just the words. Yeah, I found here. You can just write the words that I tell you in this video. So the next part here is read the beginning of an article about the book. Why did Neil Sinclair write it? And what way is it different from other books about raising children? So here's the text, and then we will go to the listening part here. Commando Dad, yeah, here. For 6 years now, Sinclair served as a commandant in the army. He had been in a lot of dangerous situations, but nothing prepared him for the day when he brought his first baby home from the hospital. I put the car seat containing my 2-day-old son, Samuel, down on the floor and said to my wife, "What do we do now?" When he left the army, Sinclair and his wife agreed that he would stay at home and take care of the baby while his wife went back to work. I have done a lot of crazy things, but when I put that baby down, I thought, I have a tiny baby and he is crying. What does he want? What does he need? I don't know. I didn't know. It was one of the most difficult days of my life. It was at that moment that Sinclair had an idea. I found myself thinking how much easier life would be if I had a basic training manual for my baby, like the manual you get when you join the army. I realized that somebody needed to write such a manual, and who better to write it than me? I had been a commander, but I was now a stay-at-home dad. I was the man for the job. His book, Commando Dad, Basic Training, is a set of instructions that explains with military precisions and diagrams how new fathers should approach the first 3 years of their child's life to become a first-rate father. So it is adapted from the times. Let me just go to what they're reading here. Listen, if you have any question about reading, you can ask your question directly in radio language, Instagram, or Telegram. So listen to two men talking in a park about the book and mark the sentences true, false. So here are the questions. Before I want to give you some time, just study the question, underline the keywords. Then when you listen, just the next part is just to correct the wrong information. But first I will play it once for true, false, and secondly I will just keep it going for correction. You can pause the video and read 8 questions and underline the keywords, because when you play exactly after now, you will have the listening part.
Excuse me, is this seat empty?
Yes, sure. Sit down. Ah, he's cute. Is he yours?
Yes. Actually, he's a she. Miranda.
Oh, 3 months?
3.5. How about yours?
Steven. He's 4 months. Did you have a bad night?
Yes, Miranda was crying all night. You know, that noise gets to you. It drives me crazy.
Do you know what you need? These.
What are they? Earplugs?
Yes, earplugs. When the baby starts crying, you just put these in. You can still hear the crying, but the noise isn't so bad, and it's not so stressful.
That's a great idea. Who told you to do that?
It's all in this book I read. You should get it.
Yeah? What's it called?
It's called Commando Dad. It was written by an ex-soldier. He was a commando in the army, and it's especially for men with babies or small children. It's pretty good.
Really? So what's so good about it?
Well, it's like a military manual. It tells you exactly what to do with a baby in any situation. It makes everything easier. There's a website, too, that you can go to, commandodad.com. It has a lot of advice about taking care of babies and small kids, and I really like the forums where men can write in with their problems or their experiences.
What kind of things does it help you with?
All kinds of things. How to change diapers. He has a really good system. How to dress the baby. How to get the baby to sleep. The best way to feed the baby. How to know if the baby is sick. It's really useful. And it's pretty funny, too. I mean, he uses a kind of military language. So, for example, he calls the baby a BT, which means a baby trooper. And the baby's bedroom is base camp. And taking the baby for a walk is maneuvers. And taking the diapers to the trash is called bomb disposal.
What else does it say?
Well, it has all kinds of stuff about...
So
And what
listen
does he think
again.
about men taking care of children? Does he think we do it well?
He thinks that men are just as good as women at taking care of children in almost everything.
Almost everything?
Yeah, he says the one time when women are better than men is when the kids are sick. Women kind of understand better what to do. They have an instinct. Oh, now it's my turn. Okay, I know exactly what that cry means. It means he's hungry.
Wow. What was that book called?
So listen again for correction, yeah?
2.23.
Now it's a turn for correction.
Excuse me, is this seat empty?
Yes, sure. Sit down. Ah, he's cute. Is he yours?
Yes. Actually, he's a she. Miranda.
Oh, 3 months?
3.5. How about yours?
Steven. He's 4 months. Did you have a bad night?
Yes, Miranda was crying all night. You know, that noise gets to you. It drives me crazy.
Do you know what you need? These.
What are they? Earplugs?
Yes, earplugs. When the baby starts crying, you just put these in. You can still hear the crying, but the noise isn't so bad, and it's not so stressful.
That's a great idea. Who told you to do that?
It's all in this book I read. You should get it.
Yeah? What's it called?
It's called Commando Dad. It was written by an ex-soldier. He was a commando in the army, and it's especially for men with babies or small children. It's pretty good.
Really? So what's so good about it?
Well, it's like a military manual. It tells you exactly what to do with a baby in any situation. It makes everything easier. There's a website, too, that you can go to, commandodad.com. It has a lot of advice about taking care of babies and small kids, and I really like the forums where men can write in with their problems or their experiences.
What kind of things does it help you with?
All kinds of things. How to change diapers. He has a really good system. How to dress the baby. How to get the baby to sleep. The best way to feed the baby. How to know if the baby is sick. It's really useful. And it's pretty funny, too. I mean, he uses a kind of military language. So, for example, he calls the baby a BT, which means a baby trooper. And the baby's bedroom is base camp. And taking the baby for a walk is maneuvers. And taking the diapers to the trash is called bomb disposal.
What else does it say?
Well, it has all kinds of stuff about...
And what does he think about men taking care of children? Does he think we do it well?
He thinks that men are just as good as women at taking care of children in almost everything.
Almost everything?
Yeah, he says the one time when women are better than men is when the kids are sick. Women kind of understand better what to do. They have an instinct. Oh, now it's my turn. Okay, I know exactly what that cry means. It means he's hungry.
Wow. What was that book called?
So we will check the answer first. True, false, then about the correction here. Yeah. Number 1 is Miranda is younger than Stephen. Number 1 is false, yeah. In number 2, Miranda's father slept badly the night before. It is true. Yeah. In number 3, Stephen's father recommends sleeping pills. It is false. Number 4, Stephen's father hasn't read Commando Dad. Number 4, it is false again. And number 5, he likes the website because he enjoys reading about the other men's experience. Number 5, it is true, yeah. And number 6, Stephen's father really likes the book because it helps him and makes him laugh. Number 6, it is true. And number 7, in Commando Dad, BT means baby troopers, and base camp means the kitchen. Number, if I'm not mistaken, it is number 7. It is false, yeah. In number 8, the author of Commando Dad thinks that the blah blah is false. So let me just give you a correction. Number 1, 2 until 8. The first one, Miranda is younger than Stephen. So she's 3.5 months old and he is 4 months old. And the next one is number 3. Stephen's father recommends earplugs. Number 4. Stephen's father has read Commando Dad. Number 7. Base camp means that baby's bedroom. 8. The author of Commando Dad thinks that women are only better than men when the baby is sick. Yeah. So listen again, correct information that we did it. The next part is speaking. I think it's the last page that I will represent for you. 2.24. Listen to someone talking about men and women and fill in the blank. So I will play the listening.
Generally speaking, I think women worry more about their appearance than men. They tend to spend hours choosing what to wear, doing their hair, and putting on makeup. Women are also usually better at making themselves look more attractive. But I think that in general, men are more worried than women about their body image. They feel more insecure about their hair, for instance, especially when they're going bald.
So it's easy. So let me just help you for finding exactly the words here. Generally speaking, yeah. I think women worry more about their appearance than men. They tend to spend hours choosing what to wear, doing their hair, and putting on makeup. Women also are usually better at making themselves look more attractive, but I think that in general, yeah, the rest of the text, yeah, that was the answer. The next part is about stereotypes or true about men and women. First, I want just to read the text input. I want to have a good exercise with you if you send your voice messages for me. Women worry more about their appearance than men. Women spend more time than men on social networking sites. Men talk more about things, women talk more about people. Men are more interested than women in gadgets like phones and tablets. Women are better at multitasking than men. Men find it more difficult than women to talk to their friends or family if they have a problem. Women spend more time than men talking about celebrities in their lifestyle. Men are more interested than women in power. Women are less interested in sport than men. Men worry more about their health than women. So that was the question. I want you just to send your voice messages. I don't know what kind of question did you have, and the number of in Telegram or WhatsApp, yeah, Telegram, or even your, let me just write it down here, WhatsApp. That I will help you more. Of course, don't forget it is 3, yeah, 0930929870, 0930929870. This is our number. So send your voice messages for me. In the last part is the vocabulary collocations, verbs, adjective plus preposition. Cover the statement about. Can you remember the missing preposition? Men worry more about their health than women. Women are better at multitasking than men. Men are more interested than women in power. So let me just write it down exactly the words here for you. Number 1, it's about. Number 2, it's at. And number 3, it is in. So that was the answer. But don't forget to study page 156, vocabulary bank. Then our preposition asterisk. It is the most important parts that I will help you to understand. Prepositions are usually only stressed when they are the last words. In questions, compare. So prepositions are usually only stressed. Just in this situation, they get stressed when they are at the last word. We need to talk about our vacation. What are you talking about? Like just listen up. It's just the very simple reading with no intonations. We need to talk about our vacation. What are you talking about? Freddy is afraid of flying. What are you afraid of? Like this, yeah? So complete the question with a preposition here. So let me just, I don't want to play the listening. I myself want to help you exactly But on the other hand, let me just give you some solution about this. Okay, let me just find exactly help you. When you are with friends of the same sex, what do you usually talk about? Yeah, so here the answer is about. Number 2, are there any sport or games that you're good at? 3, is there anything you're really looking forward to? Number 4, who in your family are you closest to? In number 5, what kind of movies are you interested in? Number 6, are there any animals or insects that you're afraid of? In number 7, what's your town famous for? Number 8, are there any superstitions that you believe in? That was the answers, prepositions. Thank you for joining us. Visit our Instagram and Telegram, Qadir Language School, or you can search in Farsi Kanun Zaban Qadir in Telegram or Instagram for finding more information about our college.